Hi, I'm Rhiannon Faith, and I'm here to tell you a story, birthday edition. So my birthday is this week, and I love my birthday. Although I don't make necessarily a huge deal about it, I used to, quite a lot of a big deal. But my birthdays have had quite a lot of highs and lows over the years. Multiple low points and more recently quite a number of high points. So I just wanted to share some fun memories from my birthdays, past and I guess current. So when I was little, we didn't really do a huge thing for birthdays. My first birthday was quite a big to-do, but I was the oldest. I am the oldest, but as the oldest, it was kind of a big deal for the family. So all the cousins were there and it was quite a show. But my subsequent birthdays weren't with a lot of fanfare. My 7th birthday was really cool. We went to, I feel like it was McDonald's because I remember being inside of the Hamburglar where it used to be like a little jail, the cool playgrounds before they all were kid-proofed and safe. The ones that were scary and metal and sharp and high. And anyways, I remember hiding up in the Hamburglar. And on that birthday, I got my first cat, actually, mine. Her name was Tofu. She was a Seal Point Siamese, and she was fabulous. And I remember the outfit I was wearing that day, which was my favorite outfit for the longest time. This truly fabulous little teal skirt that was kind of short. I always wore skirts with shorts under them. I wanted to be girly, but I also was mindful that I was going to be flipping around on bars, so I needed shorts under them. And then this really pretty mauve sweater that had teal decorations on it, little designs. I really, really loved that outfit. Like, loved that outfit. Anyways, I got my cat that day. So it was a very cool birthday. And then jump ahead, another kind of pinnacle birthday, my 14th birthday, kind of funny. I had wanted to have this big party in the park. And so I had invited a ton of friends, and my dad had spent quite a lot of money buying burgers and stuff. We're having it at the park, just kind of this barbecue thing. And there was some big party the night before, because my birthday party was on a Saturday. Friday night after the football game, there was a big party, got broken up by the cops, and a lot of my friends got in trouble were at the party or somehow affiliated with not being home on time. So there were only a handful of people who came. I think it was like 7. It was a solid 7 out of, I think, 45 that were coming. My dad was not happy. To say that he was angry is such an understatement. I mean, he was really furious. Like, he could not believe this, how rude. These kids' parents should have made them come anyways. It was a whole thing. Which, by the way, lessons learned, right? My dad was upset because he had wasted money. But they were my friends who had come to my birthday. So it was kind of insult to injury that he's bemoaning the money he's lost. And I'm thinking about the fact that 7 out of 45 people showed up. Kind of a bummer. Thanks for your sadness about the money, Dad. But those were my friends. So whatever. It was still a really cool time. Had lots of fun. Very cool picture taken that day. My mom took a picture of me playing on the bars. Yeah, I mean, whatever. I was 14, but I was still playing on the bars. And so I did a suicide, which is no hand pencil drop backwards off the bar. And so she has a picture of me perfectly perpendicular on the bar with no hands, with my head down before I flipped my feet, and it was super awesome. Anyways, I loved playing on the bars. That was like my zone, all the way through 7th grade. And so I didn't lose those tricks just because I went to high school. I just didn't have any opportunity to do them. Anyhow, my 15th birthday was super cool. We went to Il Fornaio in San Diego, and my dad took the family out. We went to a special dinner. My girlfriend at the time, Heidi Kavanaugh, came with us. We had this really fancy Italian meal, and they sang happy birthday to me in Italian, which was really awesome. And then skip ahead to my 17th birthday, another kind of no-show party. That's the problem with having your birthday in October. So it's football season and people go and do things after the game, and then can't come to other things. So one guy showed up. One. Oh, my dad was like, no more parties after this. So that's how that went. And then my 18th birthday was a sort of sleeper, snuck it in under the wire, where I announced to my parents that I was moving out in a few days. That went over well. And I demanded that nobody be invited. And my mom had actually called a couple of friends, and one wasn't able to come and another one did come. And I was like really begging and pleading, "Do not invite anybody. I just cannot do another year of people not showing up." It's so sad. So of course my birthdays weren't like highly celebrated thereafter. My 21st birthday was kind of hilarious. So Cheyenne was born just before my 20th birthday. And so here I am, 21, like, yes, I'm so in the thick of being a mom though. And I get woken up to her having like a massive blowout. It was everywhere, like in her hair. It was so gross. I had to like clean out her crib. It was such a disaster. That was like, happy 21st birthday. Other girls are going out and partying and I'm cleaning an absolutely catastrophic poopy mess. Like, that's not quite the gift I had in mind, but thanks anyways. So that was a fun sort of misadventure. And most of my birthdays from that point forward, 22 was kind of cool. My dad, one of my favorite things to do is shop at like gift shops. I know that's so random, but there's such a strange assortment of things that would not normally be together in any one place. And it's so eclectic. It's like shopping in someone's house of all these random memories and moments they've collected over the years. And so we went to the hotel gift shop in, it was a hotel downtown. I feel it was like the Hyatt or whatever, but we went there and he let me buy whatever I wanted. And I got this really cool snow globe that was like multi-tiered, and I collected snow globes at the time. So it was especially fancy and fun. But my birthdays from that point up were kind of weak. I'm not gonna lie. Mostly they kind of fell by the wayside, forgotten, something just not fun going on. My kids always made a deal and made sure to make me feel special and would go out and, make little cards or whatever. And so they were just the heroes of the story. And so that was always really sweet. And a couple of times, like, Bible study would fall on my birthday, which was cool because then I could go and be with all my ladies on my birthday, and that was fun. But my 33rd birthday was kind of a celebratory year because it was my platinum birthday. So if you know, you know. And I had just kind of an open house party, and I was really reluctant to do it because, let's be honest, I don't have a great track record at this point. I mean, I'm in adulthood, but there's still no reason to believe that I'm going to have a better show than I did in my younger years. So I went ahead and did it sort of open house and come if you'd like, and really loose. And my house was packed. It was so cool. It was so fun to have people come in and visit. We did it over a couple of hours, and it wasn't fancy at all, but it was just so lovely to visit with friends and really have a special day and a special celebration for my birthday. And it was a reclaiming kind of time because I was back on my own again, single mom, and trying to figure stuff out. And I just needed something where when it was about me making the call, it was special. And so I really was so grateful to all my friends who showed up and celebrated with me. That was really amazing. And then it went back to kind of being forgotten for a number of years. In advance of my 40th birthday, I kind of made a deal with myself. And every year, by the way, so to manage disappointment, because I had some lackluster birthdays, I would always buy myself a gift. And my oldest, actually, she gets really annoyed about this because she'd say, we can't even buy you anything because you just go out and buy it for yourself. Yes, that's exactly how it is. Because I wanted to be able to get something that I knew I really wanted. And my dad told me when I was younger, show people how to love you by loving yourself. And so I took that very much to heart and would love myself, making a point to get something for me that I really enjoyed. But for my 40th birthday, I bought myself an opal ring. Opal's my birthstone. I'd not had any opal jewelry. And so I bought myself an opal ring, just really pretty, delicate ring to, just for me. And then I bought myself luggage because I was going to travel. That was going to be the thing. So I was just like putting it out there. I'm turning 40. I'm going to start traveling. This is going to be my life now. I'm going to find a way to make this happen. Well, little did I know how accurate that was and how applicable and necessary my luggage would become. And I got to go on a trip that year, a business trip to Kansas City, and that was really fun. And I went around and explored during my downtime and just had such a grand adventure. It was wonderful. And it was fun to just go out and explore even by myself. I mean, I wished that someone that I wanted to be there with me was there with me, but it was still really cool to go to different spots. I went to the Hallmark Museum, which was super fabulous because I love Hallmark movies. And then I went to the American Jazz Museum, and right next to that is the Negroes League Baseball Museum, which was fascinating. So cool to walk through there. And both of those museums are just chock full of history and interesting overcoming stories. And I loved every second of it. I could have stayed there for so much longer than I did, but it was a really fun trip and a fabulous way to kick off my 40s. And then a couple years later, I was, the traveling had begun. So I realized last year on my birthday, I was flying home from a trip in Maui. And this year I'll be flying out of town for a trip at Walt Disney World. And it's not to celebrate my birthday, and neither was the trip last year, but what a wonderful thing that's around my birthday. Those are the things that I'm doing for my birthday. Not a bad gig. So very fun that my husband happens to work for the airlines. So turns out that luggage was really helpful. And so flying, traveling, whatever, that's a real thing now. And I have chalked up so many wonderful adventures with him. And so that's been really special and cool. And I'm so grateful that I kind of come to a place where my birthday, I have so much less expectancy of the day because I feel so loved every day. And if you have been in a position where you have just really felt truly and deeply loved, you know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't, I'm sorry, because I hadn't and I didn't realize, and my kids love me and my family loves me, but there's something different. Oh my gosh, the itching is so real. There's something different about being deeply cared for and truly loved by someone, and how life-giving that is. And so it's really neat to be coming up to my birthday and not feeling anything but excitement for another day that I get to spend with this wonderful husband of mine, and another adventure that we get to take off on and experience together and with the kids, and quite a hurrah. So it'll be fun. And I'm just really pleased. Like, how cool is this that I would have never imagined, thinking back to, my 14th birthday or my 17th birthday, that on my 44th birthday, as it comes, I would have this life. Like all of those little reels where they do the look at us now and would you imagine? It's kind of fun to think about those things and recognize where I'm at today. Although one thing that's kind of fun, I might not see it as firsthand, is fireworks. So to step back into my early teen years, when we lived in Knoxville, Tennessee. Knoxville actually was founded on, the city was founded on October 3rd. And so there's a huge celebration the whole week when we lived there in 91, maybe 92. There was a huge celebration for the bicentennial of Knoxville, which is awesome. I think it was 91. And so this massive parade, and there were fireworks and all of these celebrations. And I had a fiction problem it was a lying problem, but we'll call it a fiction problem because that sounds less aggressive. But I told my friends that actually, I mean, yeah, whatever. It's like the bicentennial, but my dad knows people, and so his fireworks are for my birthday. So many people believed me. Oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing. But it was whatever. It was kind of fun to be in a place where everybody's celebrating the city and celebrating for the more or less the entire month, but specifically on the 3rd, and that just happens to be your birthday. So I felt extra special that year, even though we didn't really do anything big. My most important always birthday something was my great-grandmother Bonneville. She would always send us a check for our birthday, and so it wasn't quite your birthday until you got the check from Grandma Bonneville. I've mentioned that before, but she made every birthday special because all of the little ones in between, there would always be a card, and my Grandma Moyers would generally make me something and certainly always send me a card, but always little special things. And even though we might not have had money, my mom really went out of her way to make it a fun experience for us, you know, baking cakes or what have you, to celebrate and do something fun. But anyways, birthdays are awesome, and I love my birthday in a different way than I ever had before. So that's just a little bit of fun birthday storytelling. I hope you enjoyed it. Come back again and I'll tell you another story.